All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
how the hell are you? It is a Sunday fun day. I am Chronic Chris of AsgardRadio.com. With me, as always, on a Sunday fun day, Rebecca Kelly Hartnett. And tonight we got the one and only Slider with us, and we're talking to Giselle from Seattle punk metal reality band Fatal Butterfly. And Jim was just asking about their logo, and I'm curious too, like who made it and who came up with the concept for it.
Okay, so this logo, Fatal Butterfly, this one was made by Tony Delisio, local metal god from the Pacific Northwest, who's been delighting people with his fingers and how well he is good with the guitar. It's like he's a aficionado from probably like the 90s. I don't know
Yeah.
the full, like I don't know when he originally jumped onto the scene, but yes, Tony Delisio did this logo. And then I have two others. I have one that Tony Lucas, my former drummer, she's with Musicians Hang Out and she plays with another band right now. She did the brown and black kind of pixelated looking Fatal
Yeah.
Butterfly. And then there's another one that I do that is with puffy paint. So it's not a,
So,
you can't appreciate it if it's not in the puffy paint.
Now,
well, like Chronic just asked, who came up with the concept? Who? Well,
I
how did?
did.
Oh, you did. You came up with
Yeah,
the.
the Fatal Butterfly concept is mine. It was
Okay.
kind of one of my former bandmates had this kind of idea for a band name, and then he gave me it basically. So, but I fleshed it out to what it is today. And
Okay.
the fatal is in all caps because it stands for something. It's focus, activate that alternate life butterfly. It's about a motto about making your life different, changing it, So
Now that's
okay.
that's that's cool. I like that. I like when
here we
there's
got
meaning behind something and
tattoo
the tattoo. So
says
where did
focus,
where did the
activate that
motto
alternate life butterfly.
where did that meaning come from? Where did that acronym come out of?
Uh, well, in working with this band, my personal life has gone through a number of changes, and so I think it's kind of had to do with what I was dealing with at the time when I started it. And yeah, you know,
Okay.
things that creative things evolve from somewhere personal always. So
Always. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Always. Yeah. If something comes to mind, it always comes from something.
right, right. So it does, everyone has their own meaning to it. There's an angry version of the acronym, which is fuck all the asshole liars.
Oh, I
So
like that one. Oh, man, I
Yeah,
knocked over my camera and shit.
so when you're mad.
that's okay. You're knocking over your camera. My cat behind me just knocked over a PA.
So,
It's
when did you find your voice and figure, I want to do this? Did it come out of punk initially, or did it come out of, like, did it come out of choir? Did it come out of, a church choir? Did it come out of band? Well, how did you find your voice and get this started?
I was one of those annoying 4-year olds who got up and sang in the morning when the birds got up and sang. And I was one of those annoying 4-year olds who danced around and liked being the center of attention and enjoyed being on stage. And
Yeah. Like my grandson, I get that. Yeah.
yeah. So uh I'm gonna say this is rooted back in like the late 70s. Which is I performed most of my childhood. I was either in ballet or in like a dance production. So I did ballet, jazz, tap, modern, folk dance performances. I did my own thing. My friends and I were dress up kids, so we dressed up and we put on makeup and made up stuff because I grew up in a dance studio. I did
Oh,
like 5 years of the Nutcracker. And like there was a
wow.
time where I was doing three ballet performances a year because I was in company for a couple years, and then I went into more like musicals. So I did probably like 7 years of musicals total.
Okay.
I did performance theater. I did the Renaissance Fair, You Mary Greenwood Players with Marjorie Kunigiski and that crowd. I was
You have a very like huge background. I mean, your background is just like very, wide range.
yeah, it is. It's everywhere. Because I was doing violin. I had like a few violin concerts, beginning violin and like went before age 10. And what else? Flute. I did some flute performances.
Don't
Wow.
forget about Wars. Don't forget about Band Wars. I had a
We aren't
skit that I
even
was.
near Band Wars time. We're still talking about kid stuff.
Yeah, we're talking. I want to know. We're talking about
Orphan Annie. I was in the Orphan Annie production. That was big.
We're
I
going
got
through
on
the
TV.
Giselle documentary here.
Yeah. No, I wanted to know how she found her voice and how she.
That was how I found my voice.
Yeah.
That was. I'm telling you the truth. This Fatal Butterfly is like, the last iteration of the performing stuff. It's probably not the last. I've got other things I want to do in my pocket, but Fatal Butterfly performing on stage playing music
Yeah.
as a production of music that I wrote is like the final end. But really all that stuff started way back then because I did write songs back then. I just don't perform any of those. But I wrote a few little, like I started songs and I wrote poems and
Okay.
I got up and did like improv.
Oh my God.
Hey,
And like I did drama. Straight
You
up, I
have a
was in
very
drama
eclectic
club.
you just did everything and then balled it all up and said, "Fuck this, I'm doing punk."
Well, I lived a bunch of stuff, and punk is what I write.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's what I chose. It's my writing style.
Okay.
you
Tends
didn't
to be
choose it; it chose
Punk
you.
metal kind of angry girl punk metal kind of
Yeah.
is what I write in.
Okay.
I don't know how to write love songs, not really. I really don't.
So we're not going to be seeing a ballad anytime soon.
No, maybe to a dog. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I don't really
that all
write love
depends on
songs.
how you define a love song. I mean, some people I know think Nine Inch Nails Closer is a love song.
That's a love song.
I'm just saying.
So your lineup you have now with the band.
It's me.
It's just you.
It's just me.
So when you go out on stage, do you have different people who play the instruments for you, or how do you work that?
Oh, I'm delving into the one-man bandstand kind of. So I have an RC5 looper pedal, and
Okay.
I have drum tracks. Half of them are from Tony Lucas, half are from a drummer I hired, Josh Owen, a studio drummer that does a ton of work in the area. And then I recorded bass and rhythm guitar and like second guitar into backtracks. So I went to Peel Studios and we did the backtracks, put those all together. And those go on my looper, and then I play to what's on the looper, essentially.
So you're going into more of just you on stage with the backtracks and just now, aren't you? I don't know, because I know there's a lot of, not a lot of, but there could be, some ad lib in there, some things you might want to do, for the audience within a song. So how would you play that?
Well, you have to know how to use your looper. You have to plan it out. I have a song that starts and stops. But I could literally, it plays out and then there's a pause and then we start the song over and there's a pause. And so we can do that. But I'm not super into I'm a stage performer. Once I've synced in what it should be, it gets very solid in what it should be. So I'm not up there. I'm not a like get up and doodle in front of the audience kind of. That's not where my improv comes from. I like my music to be really stable. And then I do other stuff. So you where the variability happens is in like around the song, what I do around it, comedy. There's a lot of weird comedy. And then I have some songs have a tap dance that go to tap shoes dance that goes to it.
Hell yeah. Hey, you know what? Tap dance requires real dancing talent.
Look, you cannot do this drunk.
Yes.
No, I never.
It's not.
I can't say I've never seen it done drunk, because I'm sure Sammy Davis Jr. was drunk a couple times. He was tap dancing with.
But he wasn't playing an instrument and singing while he was tap dancing.
No, hell, now I'm trying
your
to
hands
think
and
of.
your feet don't coordinate right, and then your mouth is like somewhere else.
No, I'm trying to think. There's a girl I watch. Hillary Klug is her name, and she plays violin while tap dancing while singing.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just like
there's only a few of us weirdos.
how? I mean, that's just doing too much at once.
Yeah, I'm old. I can't. I'm not coordinated anymore. Yeah.
If I don't have my tap shoes on, I don't move my feet.
When I run around with my grandson, I am so uncoordinated now. I can't believe I used to play baseball and football and track and bowling and I can't believe I used to do that, because I run with him and I'm tripping over blades of grass.
Now,
So, this is a funny story for a Band Wars reference. We're gonna throw out Band Wars.
Okay.
Definitely go on to Amazon Prime, click on Band Wars, subscribe, watch. It's hilarious. I'm in like, how many episodes am I in, Rebecca? Was it 4?
I want to say 4 or 5, because you have your own. Because I wasn't able to do the audition. We set her.
There's the sexy parts audition, which is hilarious.
I know, because I think that's season 3, right? Sexy Pants is
sexy parts. So there's this other episode where we're a bunch of knights fighting in a field, basically, and I dressed up as the princess, right? The lady princess, whatever. And we're running, and I'm intentionally running really slow because I'm prone to breaking things. So I'm running dramatically slow. So the footage is of me running dramatically slow. And then they slowed down the footage. So it's like really dramatically slow. It's just the funniest thing. I laugh every time I see it. I'm like, oh my God.
Definitely. She's also a costume designer. She literally created that costume in less than 8 hours that she was wearing.
I tore apart some things and put them back together. I did it. What is that movie, 16 Candles, when she takes apart the pink dress and resews it and puts it back together for prom?
Yes, I fucking love John Hughes. The man was a genius.
God.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So
now can I gotta ask, because here's something I have never seen before, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to etsy.com/shop/fatal butterfly swag, they actually have a fatal butterfly Giselle. Looks like a pinup calendar.
yes.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
This is this month's picture, which I haven't put up anywhere because I'm feeling cruel to everybody. It's my birthday month, so fuck all of you.
Wait.
You should order it. No, I'm gonna have some at my show.
What
gonna
is
sell for
Etsy.com/shop/fatal butterfly swag.
Yeah, it's pictures of just me, but it's like I had a fun time with that shoot. Self-published.
Yes.
One of a kind. Exclusive.
That's what I'm saying.
Swag you cannot
I
get
mean,
anywhere.
you hear them doing it for like Ass Gap and the women of Walmart, but I've never seen a band do one.
Well,
I got a belt buckle. That's what I got.
a belt buckle.
And
I should come up with a belt buckle.
I
There's
did-
Oh.
there's
Fatal
mugs though
Butterfly
from the
Club. Why
pictures
the
in the
fuck-
calendar. There's also mugs that you can get with some of the
and
pictures.
and you do have a show this Saturday
Yes, this
at the Vessel
Saturday.
Tap House.
I hit the stage at 7 p.m. Don't be late. There's
I'm
only gonna be
right.
like 4 Fatal Butterfly songs, and then we're going into Hypnotech, so don't be fucking late. You'll miss a song about being impatient. I have a new song that's only like been played a couple of times on stage.
All right, I'm not finding it, man.
I sent you a music you should have got, Chris,
Oh.
for her.
Send me
No,
a
I'm
what?
not finding the calendar.
Music for, but yeah, hopefully
Oh,
you
it should
got.
be up there.
Look on their Facebook page, Jim.
All right, I got the Facebook page.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh shoot.
We'll
So
put it.
she massive different kind of styles and comes up with something new all the time. She's also my personal trainer. She's helping me get back into shape.
Awesome.
Oh no, where did it go?
It's not there.
It should be.
Yeah, it's not there, man.
Huh.
Stop. It says, you all progress.
I'll get on there and check it. I'm gonna have some pictures at the some calendars at the show, but I'll get on there and fix it later.
Oh my God!
computer's-
I just looked at where you're from in Washington. I swear to God, I thought it said Brothel, Washington. I really did. It says Bothell, Washington. I thought it said brothel. I'm like, all right, this thing's really cool.
That, ladies and gentlemen, tells you where Jim's at.
Do you see this face? This is the do I say what I'm thinking in my head face.
You can say whatever you want. I don't. You ain't gonna follow me.
Brothel, Washington. Oh, okay. Anyways.
Well, all you gotta do is add the R.
So let me ask you a question, and this is a question I love to ask everyone. If you could sit down and have dinner with anyone through history and pick their brain, who would you want to sit down and talk to?
I hate having to make decisions. Oh, I don't know. Honestly, there's like so many people I would want to ask. Oh, maybe Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, actually, someone who like I would like to know what she was thinking, especially towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last one other question I like to ask everyone is, what's the one album you could not live your life without?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure at this point. Huh. I don't listen to anything obsessively like that anymore. There was a time I would have said the Smashing Pumpkins, Infinite Sadness.
Is there a band or a genre of music that people wouldn't think you would listen to that you kind of enjoy? Something like just completely different.
Not sure about that one. I mean, it depends on the reference they think for me. Like some people would be surprised that I like metal, right? But there's people that would also assume that I like something like techno, which I am not super into techno. Okay, so
Okay.
um,
Well, like, cause I like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and the big band era. Satchmo, when he plays and sings, that's always kind of like my go-to when I just want to, if I'm like cleaning a house or just relaxing. I mean, cause I listen to metal and rock and everything else all the time, every day when I do downloads and get music. So, something that's like really off the wall to get my mind off everything is Sinatra and Dino and Sammy and it's just something that I enjoy. I love the music, and I grew up on Motown really because my mother, oh my God, my mother would not stop playing Motown ever. So growing up in the 70s and 80s, that's all she listened to. So that's all I listened to. So I still listen to that. But yeah, I mean, it's just there's stuff like just off the wall that you could listen to that maybe just kind of take your mind off things and let you kind of focus somewhere else.
well, I don't know, I enjoy musicals, so
Okay.
that
Well,
is
with
one
the
of those.
background, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's not. I mean, if you know my background, it totally makes sense. Then I like
Now,
to watch. I like to watch weird musicals and
now,
stuff.
now,
I like it when like a television show has like their episode and it's a musical. I enjoy that stuff. Everybody hates it, but I like it. So
I will tell you my favorite musical if you tell me yours.
oh, my favorite's Annie.
Ooh, good one.
It's my go-to warm up too. I always sing Annie songs.
Blues Brothers.
I always.
What's your
I go outside and torture the neighborhood with Annie.
Tomorrow, tomorrow.
Oh, please stop.
It's a hard knock life.
So what's yours, Chris?
Blues
Yeah,
Brothers,
Chris.
man.
Blues Brothers.
Yep.
See,
All right.
I'm gonna go back with Giselle and doing Guys and Dolls.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
I love that one. I mean, everything in it is just. I saw it on stage too, and it's unbelievable. I mean, I could go to Oliver. Oliver's a fantastic
I
one.
was gonna say Oliver just popped into my head.
Yeah, Oliver's fantastic. Guys and Dolls. Annie is fantastic.
West Side Story.
Yeah, side story. I do that at work all the time because everybody always starts talking about something, and I go, Jets, 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 Jets.
You weren't listening the other day when I was talking, because normally I don't talk sports, but this needed to be said that oh fuck, what's his name? Wants to go to New York Jets.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers wants to go to New York Jets. And I said, when you're a Jet all the way. But he can't be a Jet and take number 12 because it's not for him.
He was probably just went whoosh right over his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one.
That's awesome. So back to the band or your music and your stuff. Do you ever think that you may, get a band on stage, or are you just gonna stick to the backtracking and just do it yourself?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that level because I kind of want to try. I didn't do any solo performing when I started the band. I went straight into starting a band.
Okay.
Usually people, especially leaders, they do a few years of solo performing where they don't have a band anyway, right? I never did that.
Right.
I was like, oh, let's just do a band. So I kind, I'm if I put a band back together, it'll be a band production. It won't be like the solo is. It will be its own thing. It'll be all music, all like new stuff probably. It won't be the staples, which will stay in the solo. But if I put a band back together, it'd be like all new music. You know what I mean?
But would
Um,
you stay with your same? You would stay with your same sound though?
you never, when you add new musicians, you never keep the same sound. It
Well,
changes
no, I'm talking
every
about
single time. It doesn't
you're
matter how much you try and keep it static. A new person makes a new sound. That's what
right.
always happens. So part of the reason why I started, not only was it because the pandemic hit and everything just went crazy, it was impossible to keep rehearsals going, and I have all this free time where I'm practicing by myself, right?
Right.
uh when you add a new musician or you lose a musician, the sound changes. It inherently changes. And so for part of it was just having something that doesn't change, that I can work off of, that never changes, you know what I mean?
Right.
So if I put together a band, under Fatal Butterfly, it will be a whole new version of Fatal Butterfly. It'll still be the same kind of concept,
Right.
right? There will still be the same kind of like ways of doing lyrics, or the things that we talk about, or like in general the same kind of sounds. We're not going to turn into a country Fatal
Yeah.
Butterfly. We're not going to turn it to like, speed techno or whatever, or like we're not going to go deep heavy rap in
Right.
Fatal Butterfly, right? We're still going to stay in that weird, it's a genre blender, so we'll stay in the genre blender that it's
Okay.
originally in. But every time you bring new musicians into a project, it changes. The
Yeah.
songs change.
Well, yeah, especially if you're bringing in an entire band. I mean, if you bring in one person, it just, it might change a little bit. But if you're, going to go ahead and do an entire band, yeah, it's gonna sound different. The album's not gonna sound like the last album. But I was just wondering if you were gonna stay with the same, like you said, concept, with the same, ideas, and the same route you're taking through the punk genre.
Well, it'll stay punk, metal, blues,
Yeah.
kind of. And if I'm the one writing the lyrics, it's gonna probably stay angry girl punk. I mean, so it's kind of, you know what I mean? But like I said, if I put it back together, who knows what'll happen, because the group we put together is part of what defines what it is. It's
Right.
just a new iteration of it, but I don't know where it'll go, honestly. And, you know, at this point in time, that's not going to happen like for the next few years, because I've got stuff I want to do with the solo.
Okay.
And the other thing is, whenever you bring new people in, it takes a certain amount of time to get everyone together. Takes a certain amount of time to get everyone working together, to get the rehearsing together, to get things to where you can even think about like recording, playing shows. Like that stuff could take a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like a snap your fingers, everything goes land. And for most musicians, it takes a lot of work. And so, I get more done if I just work with myself right now. Like, I am doing I'm doing backup vocals for Hypnotech, so I have a second project, but that's just with Chris Walter. He wasn't able to come today. And that's his brainchild, basically, you know,
Mhm.
and it's his act, but I'm doing backup vocals on that. So we're
Okay.
kind of just, for Saturday's show, I'll do a few, like 4 songs, and then we'll go into Hypnotext and we'll finish out the 50 minutes or whatever it is doing his songs. Um,
Well, that's pretty cool that you're collaborating with somebody on, doing something, different. I mean, obviously you got to, your voice has got to change. You got to change the tone and everything with going from one to another.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, because
You
I mean,
don't know.
you do stuff and then you're gonna go do background, background vocals. I mean, that's a different, section of what what goes on stage.
Well, yes and no, unless you think of it like a musical, switching scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I believe you. I'm. Hey,
She
because
is.
Like working with rights like Broadway.
oh
So
really?
he and I totally understand what's gonna happen. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I never judge or fault anybody what they do because I have absolutely no talent whatsoever. The only thing I can do is bullshit. That's it. I can't sing. I don't play an instrument. And I started the radio station 13 years ago to help bands that were just getting started, getting out there. So that's why I started it because I mean, like I said, I have absolutely no fucking talent whatsoever. I can't do shit. Like I said, with my grandson, I trip over blades of grass, and so I appreciate everybody's willingness to go out there and sing and do different things, and if it's just pure rock and roll, or if it's punk, or like the musicals or whatever. That just to me it's amazing because I can't do it, and I just think I'm in awe of everybody's talents out there. So with you going out and doing, a different project, next to your own, I mean, that's just, that's awesome. That really is. It's incredible that, you go from one to another and, do different things. And like I said before, when you said, you play different instruments and stuff, like, I wish I could have, grown up. I just did something else. And then I decided, fuck everything, I'm going into the army. So that's what I did. But no, I applaud, doing different things and being able to, just do, your one woman show, your one woman punk show, and then go off and do, background vocals for somebody. So that's really cool. It really is.
Well,
Didn't you?
he is helping me with one song on backups. So he
Yeah.
has something
Well,
going on
that's-
one of the songs that we've never done before with that song. It was something that I started thinking about, but I didn't get that group on stage. So he's doing some backup vocal stuff on one of the songs that's new, which
Wow.
incidentally has not been released yet either. So when I do the final recording, if it goes super awesome, I'll have him come in and lay down what he
Send it to us. We'll play it. Shit,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
play it.
Hey, do we have some songs of mine to play?
Let me check my catalog. I'm not 100% sure if I have any of your music.
I
I'm gonna
sent
say
some.
I
It should
don't
be
have
there.
any.
Yeah, I
So I
sent
need to
some.
get some.
It should be there.
If you send it to me, I'll get it out to the rest of the DJs.
Because I sent them to Rebecca.
And I sent
Uh,
them out.
Nope, I don't have any music from you guys.
Yeah, I sent them to you, and they're probably in the emails when I scheduled her. They might be back a ways.
Check my emails.
Yeah, if Rebecca gets them to me by tomorrow, tomorrow is my new to use day, and I play all new bands, new music, and new everything. So since I don't have anything, it would be new, and I will play. I'll highlight it tomorrow.
I'll get them to you as soon as we get off air here.
Okay.
Verify.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I
I'll
had
have
an.
to, and then I'll tell all
information.
the DJs.
Didn't you open up for the fair, Western, with Limberlost?
I had a show with Limberlost when they started their Northwest tour back in freaking what was it? Right after things started opening up. So was it 2021? 20
Yeah,
when rumors
Fair, and
just started opening up. I opened with I opened for Limberlost and Sammy Shofa. And he is touring Europe or something right now.
Wait,
Dang.
hold on. Yes, We have Nice One, Zombie Family, Pesky Hands, and Money Talks.
Yeah, you can choose whichever one you want because my songs don't sound the same. Each one's its own production.
And I just forwarded it to you, Jim.
All right,
Production
thanks.
modeling with me, and we do model shoots together. We were witches together, and we've done pirates together for Kill Hauled No Buffer video when we were
That
on
was a
pirate
crazy
ship.
video. Turned out crazy. There's a shot of me sticking something in my cleavage. It was a piece of my. They were doing shots for something or other, and I like stumbled up and grabbed at the end. I stumble up and pick up a coin, and I drop it in my cleavage, and I stumble off. It's hilarious. Yeah, we had too much fun this last summer. We have to do these things again, Rebecca.
So
We
are
got
you,
lots of
planning on touring outside of Washington and that area, or what are your plans for getting out there on stage?
First off, I have to right now I'm still kind of in technical rehearsal phase. So this
Okay.
every show is kind of a rehearsal right now, basically. So I'll be staying around Washington for sure.
Okay.
And then when I get everything really solid and all of the costuming figured out and all of the fun like surprise things that nobody's expecting nailed down, and I need a tap floor that I can move around. So when that stuff gets all together, I'm gonna probably head south and go try and do some touring at some of the venues that are more into that weird vaudeville mixing, like, you know, comedy and music, or because my act is a little bit too theatrical for a standard, like a lot of venues where bands perform
Yeah.
aren't really equipped to handle my goofiness. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I need to find venues that have a crowd that can appreciate that different way of doing a show.
Yeah.
But I want to tour. I want to head south and to, you know, do some stuff in Vegas, Portland, hit like California, you know, and
Okay.
get into LA and like do some performing in those areas where there's comedy clubs where I can get away with like doing comedy music.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
theatrical places.
I know a lot of like burlesque dancers and sideshow performers in Chicago, because I live in Northwest Indiana. So if you ever decide to come out here, I can throw you some contacts and see, you know, if they can set you up, you know, someplace. Livewire would be good. There's a couple other places downtown that would be fantastic, you know, for your performance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Chicago, I mean, they got, you know, my girl Jezebel, she does grinding and fire eating and glass walking, what you call it now, which is funny. There's one girl I know, she does naked story time, where they go to this, like, I don't know what it is. It's a venue, but it's made into a library, and she's
Right.
naked and she'll read a book front to start, and you just sit there and listen to her read while she's naked. I mean, there's a lot of eclectic stuff out in Chicago. So I'm
Now,
sure
where's that at? And do I have to pay at the door, or do I just toss dollars on stage after every chapter?
No, you gotta pay at the door.
It's both, Chris. It's both.
But it's so cool because it's not just, you know, about her being naked. I mean, it's just the elegance of it. You know, she sits in this beautiful chair, and you know, she has on, like I said, she's purely naked, and she just sits there and reads a book, and it's kind of just stunning just watching. You know.
I've always said when it comes to nudity, there is a difference between art and pornography.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but this is art. This is actually
Exactly.
not really
Yes.
about the nudity. If she's making an artistic statement, it's performance
Exactly.
art.
Yes,
That's-
Performance art is being
Yeah.
naked, reading a book, but not doing anything other than reading the book naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all she does. She just
That
reads
is the performance art.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just you're more. I mean, she was voted, I think, in like 2016 or 2015, best boobs in Chicago. And
Well, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see if I've got my kids are juniors in high school, so when they graduate from high school, things will be different for me, and
yeah,
I'll start considering like you know going to somewhere like Chicago for a couple weeks, and
yeah. Oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah,
I'm a personal trainer, so I do have to like pay attention to what's going on with my clients.
yeah,
But if I plan things out and stuff, at that point I should be able to do more traveling for performances and
yeah.
you know.
When I started, my kids were shit, 14, 15, 14. My daughter was probably 15. My son was 14. And I took them with me and they were in the media tank. And my daughter, now you got to think, she was a little bitty thing. So you got this, little bitty blonde going up to bands going, hey, my dad has a radio station. You wanna get an interview? She went up and talked to Anthrax for like 10 minutes and had no idea who they were.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
She had no
Yeah,
idea.
my kids are not, I can't drag them around. They're 16 and a half, they're teenage boys, and if they don't want to go, they don't want to
Oh
go.
yeah, they're not.
So
Well, my son is a security guard at Hard Rock Casino and music, so he gets
Oh.
to see everybody now.
and,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, Giselle, when you are ready to travel around the country, another way we do help you independent artists out is we have Asgard Connect. Go to asgardradio.com and we have a list of people who are background checked and vetted to make sure we're not sending you out there with Joe Crazy, but they'll let you stay at their house, get a home cooked meal, shower, do some laundry, whatever, the comforts of home while on the road.
cool. These are my kids when I find the camera.
Ah, right on.
I have
Oh, okay.
identical triplet boys.
You have triplets?
Identical triplet boys.
Oh my God.
I got them to agree to doing a day on local movie set. That's one of the outfits that they were wearing where they look really like
That is
they might be
awesome.
like him in for the mafia.
See, now, and here's the thing. I mean, I don't know about your boys, but if my mother was a musician, when I was 16, she said, hey, you want to go on tour with me? I got to go to these venues in Chicago, Nashville, New York, blah, blah, blah. You want to go for a couple months? When do you need me to pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might, or one might, or they might decide no. They're
Yeah.
not the average teenage boys.
Oh, really?
So they don't always want to go do stuff like that. They're big into computers and video games and stuff. One is in like a class
Like
for video
they do
game
today.
design. And I mean, it's hard to say. They might say yes or they might not want to. It's really hard
Right.
to tell right now because they're 16 and a half, so they're in that really weird age too. And then my son's like very close to each other. So
That is, I can't.
I say we'll do one thing and then they choose something else, like it's a thing.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so,
My daughter's 20, will be 27 in June. My son's 25. And yeah, they're completely opposite, complete opposites. So, I
Yeah.
get that. Now it's like, yeah, my dad owns a radio station, In high school, it was like, I got to be this band and this band and this band. And my daughter came home one day and she goes, I was telling them I met Asking Alexandria and Skillet and Disturbed and all this. And one kid goes, my dad's just a truck driver. I just gas stations.
yeah,
Hey,
I don't know.
hey.
I know the boys brag about me having a band though and being a musician.
Don't knock
Yeah.
working at a truck stop gas station because
No,
you never
his dad
know.
was a truck driver. His dad was a truck driver. And he goes, I just get to go and see gas stations. I don't get to see nothing else. So
Oh, because I was
he was-
working at the truck stop
he was
one night
jealous.
and fucking Mark Slaughter walked in.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's got to
Oh.
stop and get gas and, use the restroom.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
We're
But
all
my
Gotta get
daughter
off that
being-
bus.
But yeah, my daughter was just laughing because, she got to do all this and this kid came up and, it was a jealousy. I mean, it's high school,
Yeah.
kids are jealous of others because what their parents do. And, I took mine to Ohio. I took mine to Nashville. I took it to, different places, Chicago for concerts. And now my son gets to see all the concerts in, at Hard Rock here in Gary. And my daughter, she's not talking to me right now, but that's a whole other Jerry Springer. But yeah, my son gets to see all the concerts now. It's really cool. I'm really proud of him that he's doing what he's doing.
Oh, I think at some point I'll have guys coming out to stuff with me that we're just, they're still getting through some of, just getting used to like things being back to normal and everything and stuff. So
Yeah.
they got really knocked back developmentally on like their social skills because they're on the autism spectrum and they kind of, so
Okay.
we're
Real.
still like hurdling some things
Real,
they
real quick,
stopped doing.
real quick, while Jim was talking about artists and stuff, we're out of time, so I got to do a plug real quick. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, listen to AsgardRadio.com Tuesdays and Thursdays for Slider, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for myself. We are going to give you a keyword. You message us on social media what that keyword is, and we're putting your name in a hat for 2 tickets to Sonic Temple. We got 6 pairs to give away. If you don't win the tickets for Sonic Temple, you're still a winner with Asgard, and we're going to send you a swag bag, t-shirt, splooge towel, coffee mug, ball cap, sticker, whatever we can throw in a bag to give to you. So yeah,
Yep.
Stay tuned to Asgard Radio for Sonic Temple and other Danny Wimmer Presents festivals. Now that I'm done with that plug, Giselle, where can we find you on social media? It's your turn to plug yourself.
I'm on Facebook under Fatal Butterfly or Giselle Lopresti, and just look for my face with a butterfly. And I'm on Facebook, so mostly just type in Fatal FATAL Butterfly.
Okay. Any Bandcamp, Reverb Nation, YouTube, Spotify, any of those?
I released on DistroKid, so we're all over the place that DistroKid can stick. So yeah, there's a Spotify and there's, I don't know, probably on Amazon and a bunch of stuff. And then, like I said, on Amazon Prime, you can laugh at me on Band Wars. Jump on there, subscribe by yourself.
I subscribed to
All of the
Amazon Prime,
episodes.
but now they want to charge me extra for to watch Band Wars, and I'm trying to wait for one of the watch parties, but I keep missing them.
Oh yeah. Well, they do them all the time, so
Yeah.
yeah. So mostly on Facebook, or if you just type in Fatal Butterfly, you'll probably find me.
Well, Chris sent me music. Chris sent me your music, so it will be highlighted tomorrow.
Awesome.
We will get it on tomorrow night between 5 and 7 Central, which I think is like 3 to 5 your time, I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
3 to 5 your time.
Maybe.
Yeah, so but yeah, it will be on tomorrow, and then but we will get you, and I will post the playlist on Asgard Radio's Facebook page. To where you can see when that you were played, because I don't want you to think, oh, he's just gonna play us, he talks, no, we do play you. We play everybody that's new. We play everybody. If you were on stage 1 time or 1,000 times, we're gonna play the new songs and the new stuff. So that's what I started it for, and that's what the DJs stick to. And I got a great group around me right now, and it's fantastic. I love everybody that's here because they all have the same idea, helping everybody else out.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
We
Yeah.
have a great leader too, Jim. Thank you for being our mentor and our leader of this program.
Well, I try. I just try. Like I tell everybody, I don't run things. Chris runs things. I just pay the bills.
And all
DJ
I really do is annoy people until they talk to me and listen to me.
So thanks, Giselle. Giselle, I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate your time. And you know, and taking time out and talking to us and, you know, sharing with us, you know, all your background. Your background is phenomenal. I mean, it's just, it is. It really is. I mean,
It was a lot of fun.
I'm sure. Yeah, it was. I mean, you know, I just think
She's my
I would love to. I love going to musicals. I love going, you know, to theater and seeing it. I would rather go to a theater and see a musical than I would to go see a movie. But yeah, it's just some things are just so fantastical on stage than it is on a screen. So I really applaud you for everything you've done and, you know, how you got to where you are, because you balled everything up and came up with this, you know, female punk stuff. So it's awesome. It really is.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
I'm excited to have you listen to the songs you can enjoy and, you know, decide.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I will.
husband do for band wars. I have a little to get them maybe, and just at least, you know, film it, even if I have to film that on top of it and send you like an example of what she did on band wars. We had so much fun. We always have a lot of fun
yeah,
together.
that
She
was
does a real job.
Band Wars was definitely a fun adventure, and it probably will be doing some more.
Oh yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have games, and we have season 2. We're starting to record now,
Yeah.
filming.
Right on.
So
Well,
right,
I
well,
see what
appreciate
happens.
everyone hanging out tonight. It has been a blast, but I do got to get back to movie night with the wife. Everyone, it has been a Sunday fun day. I am Chronic Chris of Asgard Radio. Thank you, Jim, for joining us tonight. Rebecca, thank you, Giselle, for being our guest tonight. And we look forward to hearing from you again soon in the future.
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.